This is the Raptors Queens coming at you with our very first live post-game coverage of the Toronto Raptors. I know I speak for both Sarah and myself that we are thrilled to get this win against the Lakers tonight. I'm your host, Jade Auxiliary Things Johnson. We're just going to spend a few minutes and talk about what else but our Toronto Raptors. Sarah, what's your initial reaction to the game?
I have 2 words. OG. Okay, so 2 letters. OG. And Kyle Lowry completely carried the team tonight. To be totally honest, the rest of the team's offense was really not firing tonight. So really well done for Kyle Lowry to put the team on his back. OG, just a standout performance, and I think we might be seeing a breakout rest of the season for him. So that was very cool to see, defensively and offensively.
Which makes me excited because you guys know OG is my guy. He's one of those Raptors that people are going to be so surprised that OG is what he is in a year or two, I think. So I'm really happy to see him have the game that he had. And it's hard to have a game like that when you have to guard LeBron the whole game. Like, that's your defensive coverage, and you still manage to pull out the points you did and make the plays you did. Like, that's tough. So I'm so happy for him. Kyle Lowry, can we just take a minute to acknowledge he's one of the smallest players on the team, and he out-rebounded every single other player that played tonight. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis. Nobody had more rebounds than Kyle Lowry. That shouldn't happen, but I'm happy it did.
I feel like maybe we call Kyle Lowry the heart of the team because he makes my heart really happy. Or like collectively Raptors, like our hearts just swell when we talk about him.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that like other fan bases have such a hard time with why we like Kyle Lowry so much. But you give me one other point guard in the league that's going to out-rebound everybody on the Lakers, and then we'll talk.
And also take 2 charges in the same night.
Let's not forget that. You can always count on him to make the defensive plays. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. No, he played outstanding. Really interesting on defense to note. I mean, LeBron leading scorer with 20 for the Lakers, but AD didn't score very well. So
AD who? AD who? Right? Pulling up the box score right now. So Anthony Davis, he did finish with a very quiet 14 points, but that's Anthony Davis. That's not a good night for him.
No, and so I definitely would want to go back to rewatch to check the defensive schemes. But what I did notice is when LeBron wasn't on the floor, all the Raptors would just double team. So I think it was OG normally assigned to LeBron, but when LeBron isn't there, running off to go guard AD, which was really cool.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about Norman Powell, because he's a little bit of, we love him. We still love him. My cat's named after Norm. But within the Raptor Queens, we have a couple of different Norm camps. So me and Essie lean towards being a little bit more pragmatic, I think, about Norm. And you and Sonali are a little bit more, I'll say, dreamers when it comes to Norm. So what do you have to say about Norm tonight?
Okay. Well, I'm going to a dreamer when it comes to Norm. Norm is awesome. Okay, you know what? If Norm was the only one of our top 7 having an off game, then I think thered be more to say about it. But I look at Serge and he had an off game. Fred had an off game. Norm, Mark did close to nothing, and everyone's kind of been raving about Memphis Mark in the lead up to come back. And even Siakam had a really quiet offensive game. So I've kind of put Norm in the same camp as all 5 of those guys. Not a good game. And so that's my justification for why he didn't have a great game.
That's fair enough. I had a bit of a conversation on Twitter, and this conversation was about Freddie, but I think it applies to everyone. It felt so natural to have Raptors basketball again that I think it was easy to forget that this is the first real game since March that the Raptors have played. So we have to be thinking like October basketball. We want it to be stellar because we're getting close to the playoffs, but they've been off for a long time. We have a question from Claremont Robin 1. He says, "Hi, ladies. How would you grade Fred's performance tonight?" I'll let you go first, Sarah.
I'll give him a solid B. I mean, he didn't stand out to me offensively. I mean, he had that sweet pass to OG for the one-handed dunk at the end, and so like just for that play alone, I'm just like, yeah, FBB for the win. And he did what he does best on defense. He played really, really hard. He caused some turnovers, and so that's something I like to see from Fred. And also drained a three at the right time.
Yeah.
So he's still it's not his top game.
Right. So just for context, looking at the stats, he did have a double-double. So hearing he had a double-double, is that a surprise? He had 13 points and 11 assists and 5 rebounds, as also the other shortest guy on the floor along with Freddie, or along with Kyle. They're the same height. So for me, I would say sometimes Fred is that guy that has that more productive game than you notice during the game, just kind of in the context of everything that's going on. And when I look at his numbers, that's kind of how I feel about it. So I'll give him a B+ tonight. We know that it's not everything that Fred is capable of. But like we talked about earlier, it's the first game back. The fact that they were able to take out the Lakers already have a game under their belt. They're coming off a win against the Clippers the other night. So and the grinded out wins, like I want to see those going into the playoffs, because that's what we're going to have to get through.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those fans that's really happy we have a tough schedule going into the playoffs. You know, Lakers are a really defensive team. Raptors are also held Lakers to under 100 points tonight. I thought that was, that's always a good thing to see. And
And if you've been catching any of these other bubble games the last few days, this score was really nice to see. Like, wasn't 200 combined points. Like the Rockets Mavs game was ridiculous the other day. And sometimes those games get to be just like, I don't know, I like defense. So I'm happy to see the Raptors every time, because they are a defensive-minded team, be able to hold it down, especially the Lakers team, because this is so satisfying. It's such a satisfying win.
Yeah. Well, and it's good for me because I don't know, a few weeks back on our podcast, we took some predictions, and I predicted the Raptors were going to go 7-1 and that they were going to take this game. So I'm like,
that's right. And I predicted that they were going to lose this game. So this is a win-win for me when I can be wrong about the Raptors losing a game to the Lakers. So I'll take it. I'm happy to be wrong. But good on you, Sarah. You might be showing us up here for the next few games.
Yeah, well, how it goes. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, it was a good game, great game by Kyle. Glad to have the win. Let's secure that second seed.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, because the rest of the guys that had bad games, that's not going to keep up. They're going to find their rhythm. Kyle's going to continue to do Kyle things. So I'm excited for the rest of what we have coming for the bubble, for the playoffs. It's nice to have basketball back.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, for more Raptors coverage tomorrow and every week, tune into our podcast at Raptor Queens. Everywhere you can download a podcast, we're on all the platforms. So if you're just checking us out for the first time, make sure to follow our podcast. And thanks for joining our first ever live stream. This has been a lot of fun. Yeah. Jade, thanks for hosting.
Yeah, we will make sure to let you know the days that we are going to be on. We're going to do this regularly, and we are going to answer your questions if you post in the comments. So we want this to be a really interactive thing. We're looking forward to doing it again next time. Go Raptors, yay for the win, and we will see you again on our next Raptors Queen post-game show.
Talk to y'all later. Bye.